Hey guys, welcome to Homework Help for Year 5, Term 3, Week 2. In this week we're doing lots of volume questions. Question 1 says find the volume of a shape that has the height is 4 centimeters, the breadth is 9 and the length is 6. Now when you're given something like this, you can assume that the shape is going to be a rectangular prism. Okay, so to find the volume of a rectangular prism, we just multiply the length by the width times the height. So that means now the width can also be labeled as the breadth. So sometimes they say breadth, sometimes they say width is the same thing. So to find the volume, all we got to do is just multiply the numbers together. So height, which is 4, times breadth, which is 9, and times the length, which is 6. Okay, so 9 times 4 is 36, and 36 times 6. And that should give you 216 centimeters cubed. Alright, next one. Find the height, breadth, and find the volume of this given the height, breadth, and length. So you just have to multiply the numbers together. 7 times 3 times 5. You can do these ones. So the question 1 to 4 should be simple. Just multiply the numbers and get the answer. And put the units as centimeters cubed, since they're all in centimeters. And because it's a volume, this has to be a cube. If it was area, it would have been a squared. Alright. Question 4. Find the volume of a cube with side 6 centimeters. So now you don't have this picture here. I just drew this here just to show you. So this diagram is not in your homework page. So imagine if the volume, to find the volume of a cube, is multiply. So now the cube has all of the sides the same. So if this was 6, this would be 6 and this would be 6. So to find the volume of a cube, we just multiply 6 times 6 times 6. So this one will be 6 times 6 times 6. And that will give you 216 centimeters cubed. Question C. Find the volume of a cube with side 7 centimeters. So again, the volume is equal to 7 times 7 times 7. Work it out and give us the answer in centimeters cubed. Next one, question D. Find the volume of a rectangular prism with sides 14. So I imagine this should be 14 centimeters. This will be 2 centimeters and this will be 3 centimeters. Now this rectangular prism is obviously not to scale. So to find the volume, obviously we know how to do that, right? Length times width times height. So 14 times 2 times 3. Get the answer. And remember, because everything's in centimeters, the units will be in centimeters cubed. Alright, easy enough. Next page. Question 5. So again, you're asked to find the volume. You can do that one on your own. Question 6. Find the unknown side. So it says given the volume of the cube is 216 centimeters. Now, what is find the length of the cube? What's the length of the cube there? So what number? Now we know the cube has all the sides the same. So whatever number this is, it's all going to be the same. So some three numbers that are the same that multiply together to give me 216. So just go through the numbers. Let's try 2 times 2 times 2. What does that give us? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So it's not 2. Try 3. 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. Oh, sorry. That's wrong. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 9 times 3 is 27. Okay. 4 times 4 times 4 would be 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. Alright. 5 times 5 times 5. That'll be 125. Now 6 times 6 times 6 will be 216. Therefore, each side must equal to 6. And because this is centimeters cubed, so each side must be 6 centimeters. Question 7. The volume of the cuboid, or another word for rectangular prism, is 320 centimeters cubed. So find the height. So we know that the volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. So 4 times 2 times something. And that's going to give you 320. So 320 is all those numbers multiplied together. Now we know that 2 times 4 is 8. So 320, I'm just going to write over here, is equal to 8 times something. Can you work out what that number is? Maybe using division. Next question, question 7. The swimming pool is in the shape of a rectangular prism, which is 4 meters wide. Oh, hold on, 4 meters wide. So that means this should be this one here. 20 meters long, and with a depth of 1.2 meters high. So the height of this whole thing is 1.2 meters. Find the volume if half the pool is filled with water. So that means that, so we want to find the volume of just the water. So what we do is we find the volume of the whole tank. Volume of the whole tank will be 20 times 4 times 1.2. Length times width times height. And then after you get the answer, you just divide it by 2. So whatever answer you get here, just divide it by 2, because we only have half of the volume that's filled with water. Okay, so write your answer, whatever that is, will mean meters cubed, because everything here is in meters. Alright, next page. Question 8. The volume of this rectangular prism is 250 centimeters cubed. Shaded area is equal to 10. So when we want to find the volume of this, we have to multiply the length and the width and the height. Now when you multiply the length and the width, you're going to get this area. So that means the volume is equal to the shaded area. Actually, let me just rewrite this. Length times width times height. Okay, which equals to, now this becomes a shaded area. Shaded area times it by the height. And the volume should be given to us as 250. Alright, and the shaded area is given to us to be 10. So that means that 250 is equal to 10 times something. Can you figure out what that something is? Question 9. It says the volume of the cube is this much. Find the length of the cube. The length of the cube. Okay. So this is a cube. We know that all the sides are the same. So what 3 numbers multiply to give me 347? Just try a few numbers. Maybe we know that 5 times 5 times 5 is equal to 125. 6 times 6 times 6 is equal to 216. Now 343 is higher than this, so let's keep going. 7 times 7 times 7. 7 times 7 is 49. 49 times 7. Let's try this out. 7 times 9 is 63. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 6 is 34. So therefore this has to be 7 times 7 times 7. Okay, so the length of the cube is 7. Easy. Question 10. Volume of the rectangular prism is this much. Height of the cube is this much. Find the shaded area. So again, we know the volume is equal to the shaded area, just like the previous question, shaded area times the height. Now the volume is given to us as this number here, so that means that 1260 is equal to the shaded area, we don't know what that is, times the height, which is given to us as 3. So that's 3 times something is equal to 1260. So to find that something, we do a bit of division. That will be 1260 divided by 3. So you do long division like this and work it out. And whatever answer you get here, that will be your answer for the shaded area. Now this is the area. Okay, so whatever unit you get, it will be in centimeters squared. Alright, question 10. 1 meter cube is equal to 1 meter times 1 meter times 1 meter. Imagine you have a cube and each side is 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. The volume of this cube is 1 times 1 times 1 is 1 meter cube. Now what does that translate to in centimeters? So imagine you have the same cube, still 1 meter, but now instead of meter we use centimeters. So this will be 100 centimeters, because we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So we're going to write everything in terms of centimeters, and then we're going to multiply it to give us the same volume. Oops, that's too much zeros. So this will be 1 meter cube is equal to 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters. So that's the answer is gonna be a 1 with how many zeros? 6 zeros. So that means this one will be 1 million centimeters cube. Now to convert it to milliliters, we know that 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 milliliter. So you can imagine this is going to be the same number then, isn't it? This will also be a million. And to convert to liters, we know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So therefore, to go from milliliters to liters, to go from there, we have to divide by 1,000. And to go from liters to kiloliters, we know that 1 kiloliter is equal to 1,000 liters. We divide it by 1,000 again, and you get the answer. Alright, next page. Now, we're given the volume of this rectangular prism. Now, they said cuboid, but same thing. So the volume is equal to, and we're given the height. It says find the shaded area. So we know the volume, so let me rewrite it here. It's equal to shaded area times the height. Now, if you didn't go through the other question, this shaded area, the reason is because the reason is shaded area times height is because this is length times width. That's why we have the shaded area. So length times width times height is the volume, but since length times width gives us a shaded area there, we can just say volume is shaded area times height. Now, the volume is given to us as this, so we're going to say 3,200 is equal to shaded area. We don't know what that is because we have to figure it out, and we're given the height to be 16. So something times 16 will give me 3,200. So you have to work out what that number is by doing a bit of reverse, a bit of division there. So just do 3,000, whoops, 3,200 divided by 16. Work it out. Question 12. Find the volume of water in a tank shown. Okay. So to find the volume of the tank, all we got to do is just multiply numbers together. Alright, imagine this is the new this rectangular prism here. Just have to find the volume. So just multiply 20 times 10 times 34. And that will give you in whatever units will be in centimeters cube. Alright, next one. The volume of water in a tank shown below is 420 centimeters cube. If the base area is 30 centimeters squared, find the height of the water. So what it means by the base area is this. This is the base of the... let me just fix this up. Alright, so this is the base of the rectangular prism here. Okay. Now it says that the area of this base area is equal to 30 centimeters squared. Now it says find the height of the water. Let me see the volume. Okay, so we know the volume of this water. Volume of water is equal to 420 centimeters cube. So the volume of the water is now 420. To find the volume of water, we also can do length times width of the tank times it by the height of the water. Now we know that the length times width is also the base area. Okay, so have a look here. This is the length. That's the length. And this is the width. When you multiply the length and the width, you will get the base area, which is given to us as 30. Okay, so that means that the volume, so 420 centimeters cubed, that's the volume. So volume is equal to base area times it by the height of the water. So 420 is equal to the base area, which given to us is 30, times it by the height, which we don't know. So you have to figure out what that number is. And the next one, question 13b. The volume of a cube is 216 meters cubed. Find the length of each side. So you have a cube. Now each side is how much? What three numbers multiplied together will give me 216? Okay, you figure that out. Question 13. Let me see. Question 13, all we got to do is, now we know before from the previous question on the other page, the previous page, that 1 meter cube is equal to 1 million centimeters cube. So what's 3 meters cube? How much is that? And we also know that 1 centimeters cube is equal to 1 milliliter. Okay, so that's going to be the same. So whatever value that is, this is going to be the same. And to convert milliliters to liters, so we just have to do what? We divide it by 1,000. Because 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters, and also 1 kiloliter is equal to 1,000 liters. So you divide it by 1,000 again to get to kiloliters. Okay, next page. The volume of water in a tank is shown below is 5/6 of its capacity. So this is, so the water here, the volume of water is 5/6 of the whole tank. So let's find out, find the capacity of the tank. Find out how much water the tank can hold altogether. So let's, first of all, let's find the volume of this water. So the volume of water is equal to, that will be 30 times 10 times 12. 30 times 10 is 300. 300 times 12. 3 times 12 is going to be 36. With how many zeros? 2 zeros, because this has 2 zeros. Okay, so that means that the volume of water is 3,600. Is it centimeters? Yes, centimeters cube. Now this amount is 5/6 of the whole amount. So imagine if you have, I'll draw a little diagram here. Alright, imagine if this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so 5, wait, hold on, for 5, okay, one more. Okay, so 5/6 is this amount. 5 out of 6 pieces, and this is equal to 3,600. So let's find out what one piece is. Okay, so 3,600 divided by 5, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5, okay? We're going to divide it by 5 to see how much one piece is worth. So when you divide it by 5, whoop, this looks like a 6, so let me just change that. So we do 3,600 divided by 5, let's see what we get. 36 divided by 5 will be 7. 5 times 7 is 35. Take it away. Remainder 1. Bring down the 0. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Take it away. 0. Bring down the next 0. And that'll be 0. So one piece, 1 out of 6 is equal to 720. We know that 5 out of 6 is equal to 3,600. We want to know how much 6 out of 6 is. Can you work it out? Just from here to here, we just have to multiply by 6. And from here to here, just multiply by 6. And you'll get the amount that the whole tank can contain. Alright, I hope that makes sense. Yes, okay. Question 15. The volume of a tank shown is 2,400 centimeters cubed. Find the length of the tank. Okay. So volume of this tank is equal to length times by width times by height. And the volume is given to us, so that's 2,400. The length is not given to us, so that's a question mark. The width is given to us to be 8, and the height is given to us to be 20. So 2,400 is equal to this amount. So what's 8 times 20? Let's do that first. So it'll be something times 160. You can work out that something. Question 16. The volume of a cube is 125 centimeters cubed. Find the surface area. Okay. So first of all, before we can find the surface area of this cube, we must find its length, the side length. So they're all the same. So three numbers multiplied together to give me 125 centimeters cubed. Okay, now if you figure it out, you can see that 5 times 5 times 5 is indeed 125. So therefore each side must equal to 5. 5 times 5 times 5. Sorry. Now, to find the surface area, we just have to find the area of one face. How do you find the area of one face? Now we know that this is a 5, this is a 5, so 5 times 5, the area of one face is 25. So area of one face of this cube is equal to 25 centimeters squared. How do you find the area of all of the faces? How many faces does a cube have? A cube has 6 faces altogether. So work out how much area is going to be for all 6 faces. And that will be in centimeters squared. Question 17. Find the volume. To find the volume, all we got to do is you can divide it into 2 pieces. Find the volume of the first piece, and then find the volume of the second piece and add it together. Or another way you can do it is find the cross-section area. This is called the cross-section area here. So find the area of this and then multiply by how much we're stacking it across, and that'll be 10. So find the cross-section area, then multiply by 10. You can do that as well. And I'll leave that for you to do.